Hi, welcome to Wednesday. There's a couple follow-up questions that came in about the walk-ins from last week. And the question was, would a walk-in remember the previous life once in the new body? Doesn't seem to. They just have the same personality that they had when they were alive. Same likes, same dislikes. And that's sort of what the key is for somebody realizing that the person is so different from when they, before the walk-in came in. And another question is, why wouldn't the walk-in tell somebody who they are? Who's going to talk to them? Your own soul doesn't talk to somebody in your body. How is a walk-in going to do that? Unless somebody knows something I don't know or realize about that, I don't think that's even possible. Of course, I've learned never to say never. Maybe it is. And will the walk-ins remember their likes and dislikes? Absolutely. And they will not know the likes or dislikes of the host body that they're in. So it can be confusing, but like I said, luckily this is not something that happens on a really regular basis. Another question, can a ghost be in your family for generations? Sure, why not? I mean, if your great-great-great-grandmother had a ghost attached to her when she was alive, maybe it followed, the generations down. But then that would tell me that I would run into a spirit that died a really, really long time ago. And I have run across some really old ones. However, the ones that I run across now seem the earliest or maybe middle 1850s. And again, they're not that common. The oldest one, just as a little side note, the oldest one that I actually did run into was one of William Shakespeare's children that had been dead for a long, long, long time. And that was actually pretty interesting. So, do ghosts only appear to children under 6? No. They can appear to anybody, but children are really open to it. Years ago, when a 4, 5, 3-year-old said to mom or dad, there's somebody under my bed, there's somebody in my closet, I'm afraid of my bedroom, the answer used to be, oh, you're a big girl now, you're a big boy, there's nothing in there, go to sleep. And so they'd go in the bedroom and throw the covers over their head or crawl in bed with, mom and dad at 2 o'clock every morning because they were afraid. And it's one of these things, I think if you don't use it, you lose it. And because they didn't want to talk about it and none of their friends talked about it, it just sort of stopped. But nowadays, parents are way smarter. If their children start saying, I'm afraid of my bedroom, there's somebody in my bedroom, they listen to them. So children can actually see spirits for quite a while. I know some children that I met them when they were 3 years old, and they're in their mid-20s now, and they can still see them. So I think times change, and I think that, but all children have the ability to see spirits, ones that crossed over and ones that have not. Don't think your kids have an imaginary friend. They're probably seriously talking to somebody. Can an earthbound spirit do physical harm? Wouldn't be going in people's houses if I thought they could choke me or shoot me or stab me. However, if you're running up a flight of steps and they materialize on the top of the steps and you lose your balance and you fall backwards and you die, that they didn't push you. They can scratch you. They can hold you down in bed at night. They can pull your hair. You can sense that they're definitely around you. But to kill you, no. One from Mary in Colorado. When we had, my mom died and we moved our elderly father to us from another state into Colorado to take care of him. And we are wondering if Mom is upset about the move of bringing Dad with us. Why? If you're taking care of your father, why would she be upset? Absolutely not. I mean, you are doing the best that you can do in a situation that's probably hard. Believe me, I've been there. It's hard taking care of elderly parents. And it's almost a thankless job. But if you were kind enough to take your father in with you and take care of him, that's great. There's not a problem. I had two brothers that died fairly close together. And so instead of having a funeral home and all the stuff that goes with it for each of them individually, we had their mass said at a church, and we had the casket opened for about 30 minutes before the mass. And from listening to me, most spirits leave from the funeral home to go to the light. So are my brothers stuck because I didn't let them go or didn't have viewing at the funeral home? No. And very seldom does a spirit leave from a funeral home. They usually wait until the final memorial service. And even at that, they still have 48 to 72 hours after that before they can go into the light. So no, absolutely not. And if your brothers died of any lingering disease, cancer, bad heart, anything like that, they never stick around. They absolutely cross over. There's two things. Last week, number 33 on the walk-ins, somebody, actually more than somebody, there was about 6 comments or letters about a ghost being over my shoulder in the big window. Last week when I was doing the YouTube, there was a bad thunderstorm going on. So you can sort of see lights flashing in the back of me. But there was absolutely no ghost in the window behind me. Believe me, it was blowing, it was windy, I have huge pine trees out there, and that's probably what you saw. But no, there's no ghosts on the outside of my house. And the last thing that I want to talk about is I am having an event on June 23rd at the Lorain County Community College in Elyria, and it's going to be from 1 to 3. It's going to be a smaller venue, so I'll be able to look at everybody's pictures that they want me to look at. I'll be able to answer everybody's questions. I sort of like the smaller venues because everybody gets, their questions answered, and they're fun. They really are a lot of fun. So go to my website and get the information from that. And we will talk to you next week. Thanks very much. Have a great week.